back to the channel. My name is Z here at Vucari-gaming, and we return after a very long absence to play Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus 2. The sequel to the, at this point, somewhat old, but very, very playable Mechanicus. So what we're going to do, we're going to start a new campaign, and we are going to skip tutorials and prologue because, well, no, we'll skip tutorials, but we won't skip prologue. We're going to play on normal, and our first run begins now. So I've been waiting for this game for a long time, and right now, our choice. Do we play as Adeptus Mechanicus or the Necrons of the Sanhotep dynasty? Unfortunately, dear viewers, the choice has already been made. Thanks in part to the democratic influence of my friends at Geeks With Shields, we will be starting as the Necrons. Don't worry though, I will be playing as the Adeptus Mechanicus at a later date once the Necron campaign has been wrapped up. So nothing more to say. Let us begin. A fleeting memory is a terrible failing in a foe, for we demonstrate our superiority 1,000 times over, and yet still they resist us. Nemesor Zandrek of Gildren. So I gotta say, I have been very excited about this game ever since it was announced. And the main thing I was excited about was the chance to play as the Necrons, which, look, nothing against the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're vastly inferior. Hang on, sneeze coming. Woo! They're vastly inferior to their Horus Heresy height as the Martian priesthood, but, you know, everyone's degraded between 30k and 40k. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, because haha, that would be technological innovation. Talk about loading time. But I've been very excited about the chance to play with an alien faction, to get to dive in and go, hey, get off my lawn, you filthy organics. So we are going to also, with that, roleplay in as much as we can with this campaign. And, you know, might make some silly choices, but that's okay. We're here to have fun. Victory is kind of the point, but it's not the entire point. Oh my god, first it's sneezing, then it's hiccups. This loading screen, I swear, it's here to kill my dignity. Oh, wait. Wait, I do believe we are through. Nope. Oh, you're kidding me.
My Pharaon, the great sleep has ended. We rise beneath the light of new stars. New life has arisen, and it has infested our world. You are needed upon your throne.
My God, Nefershah. Yes, Nefershah. What world is this?
Kivroth. This is your crown world of Kivroth, my Pharaon.
Kivroth. Yes, of course. My memories arrive fractured, incomplete. It seems the great sleep has taken much from me.
It shall pass, my Pharaon. All have suffered as we slept in our own ways. By your command, we can regain what was ours. I shall escort you to the Sepulchre Regnant. There, your throne awaits.
Of course. And there are others, my courtiers.
The Vucari, your generals and advisors.
They must be awakened. That is my command to you, Nefershah.
As you will it, my Pharaon.
Take me to my throne. Awaken the Vucari. Then I shall retake my world.
Okay, so part of me wants to talk about lore and history of the Necrons. We'll get to that. But first, wow, okay, welcome to the war map. The war map lets you track the progress of your campaign on the planet and direct your operations through various missions. Select a mission to start your campaign. Yes, thank you. So, okay. Ooh. Cohort. Vasist. What have I unlocked? For Canatech, I have the Scarab Swarm, I have the Wraith, and 2 different variations of the Spider, one with and one without the Particle Beamer, which is very nice. For Battle Line, I have Necron Warrior with Flare, Necron Warrior with Reapers, Immortal with Gauss Blaster, and Immortal with Tesla Carbine. I've got the flayed ones. We're going to talk about each of these units in the game, essentially, on the battlefield as we use them. I have the Death Mark and the Lich Guard unlocked. And then I can't even touch the stuff I haven't unlocked yet. Very cool. Okay, what have we got down here? Oh, that's the Adeptus Mechanicus. We don't know shit about the Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, Fallen Kingdom. So this one, they choose our leader for us. Interesting. Okay, so we have a Vigilance meter. Not entirely sure how that plays in for us. Apparently we're fighting other Necrons. We get 15 Living Metal, 2 Eminence. Okay, this is already really nice. And 1 Dynastic Awakening. Eminence and Living Metal tells me these are going to be different. Obviously a different experience from Mechanicus 1, where we couldn't really upgrade our units. So, without further ado, with Almanac, let's get going.
The ancient enemies of the Necrons had indeed withered and retreated, as the Silent King foresaw. But new foes had arisen in their place. Among them was humanity, and the stain of this particular enemy had fallen upon Sankotep's world of Kivroth. The war to purge this lesser species could not yet begin, for our Lord was still without his throne. This world, I cannot recall it. It is ours. Mine. So much change. Or perhaps my memory fails me. We must claim what is ours from this colonizing foe. Let the legions march forth.
My Pharaon, your throne stands empty. The Vucari are to be awoken, and will attend upon you at the Sepulchre Regnant. But the royal tomb is unclaimed.
The Sepulchre Regnant. Yes. My command protocols flow from there. We must retake it. My vanguard, go! Prepare it for my arrival. Enthroned there, I shall conduct this war of reclamation.
Without delay, Pharaon.
Okay, at the start of a mission you can choose up to 3 stratagems. Each of them gives you a bonus at the cost of increasing enemy vigilance during the mission. Be careful, at maximum vigilance, Additional enemies will spawn in skirmishes. Okay, we've got Locked Dominion, Reclaim, +5 living metal, and Mobilize, +1 recruitment capacity. So I want that living metal, and I'm actually not going to activate any other stratagems. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna be a little risky. Unit selection. During this phase, you can select the units you want to recruit for the mission. Each unit card represents a squad or individual unit you can recruit. The units available to you are those in your chosen lord's court and can be recruited at no cost. You always have access to basic unit type, allowing you to fill out your roster even when options are limited. There is still a limit on how many cannon fodder units you can recruit, which you can see right here. I can have 7 Necron warriors. Lucky me. Recruitment capacity. Each mission has a maximum recruitment capacity, which limits the number of units your leader can bring into the mission. You don't have to fill the capacity, but going in under strength will make the mission tougher. Okay, so I'm thinking dangerous habit, I know. Okay, let me see. Da, 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 da. Two warriors, 2 flayed ones, 1 unit of immortals. Sure. Okay. We don't have any passives because we haven't unlocked anything for Almanac. And let's jump in. We awoke into a galaxy disfigured by the ravages of an infectious disease. Disobedience. And there is but one cure. Okay. So, what we have here actually looks a lot... Okay, be wary of vigilance. When the meter fills fully, additional enemy units will appear in the next skirmish.
The sepulchre regnant was undiscovered by the invaders, and Nevershah found it guarded by canoptic constructs vigilant since before the Great Sleep. 2 Doomstalkers barred the gate with their towering living metal bodies. Alas, their protocols had deteriorated with the turning of the stars.
Stand aside in the name of the Pharaon Sankotep.
But the ancient sentinels did not respond. They adhered to their task of guarding the threshold, but their minds had failed during the Great Sleep, and they were utterly unresponsive.
These lowly constructs will bend to our will.
Okay, here we have our first choices. Nevershah pondered how to deal with the construct guardians of the Sepulchre Regnant. We could dismantle them, which will raise the vigilance. We could demolish them, which will also raise vigilance, but will lower risk to us, or re-educate, attempt to compel the constructs to accept the command protocols that will force them to obey Nevershah. You know what? I'm going to take that. I want to see what happens, and I want to take a chance. And we need every construct that we can get our grubby little mechanical hands on.
The construct's minds had deteriorated past the point of salvage. Though the command protocols flowed through them, they caused their corroded minds to burn out, removing the obstacle but serving as a reminder of the many vicissitudes of the Great Sleep.
Oops. Okay. What do I get? I get I get 10 living metal and my units, enemy units, I'm not sure who, get weakened. Attacks by this unit always inflict min damage. If an attack inflicts fixed damage, reduce it by 1 instead. But I got 10 living metal, which is useful. Oh, look, a fight. Superior technology does not guarantee victory unless wielded by a superior being, Illuminor Seras, overseer of the Zantragora Bloodvats. The thing to remember is we are technically in the prologue and just knocking out, 40 minutes or so, maybe an hour at most, of this before we, put it on hold until the next video, which I promise will not be that far.
The royal guard entered the sepulchre regnant to find that, like the constructs at the gate, many of the Necron warriors and constructs were still locked into their defensive duties and would not yield to the Vargard's authority.
Okay.
They are of little consequence. I shall not permit them to impede the royal guard in our duties. Open fire.
Okay, I get it. Deployment. At the start of each skirmish, you'll deploy your unit onto the battlefield. Tactical view is enabled by default during deployment, giving you a clearer look at enemies and terrain. You can toggle it on or off at any time during a skirmish using the left shift button. Deploy and reposition units with left mouse. If you want to undeploy, use right. The number of units you can deploy is limited by your leader's capacity. This capacity can be increased through upgrades. So, you will notice right off the bat that even though we took 7 units, we can only deploy 5 of them. So what we're going to do, what do I want to do, where do I want to put them? I'm going to put a flayed one here, and a flayed one here, and an immortal there. No. There we go. Okay. And then warrior there. And warrior. Nope, that was a flayed one. Oh well. You know what? No, wait, no, I don't want you. Be gone. Warrior. There we go. Okay. So now we have 5 of our units. Let us begin. Our goal. Okay. Mechanicus 2 is a turn-based tactical RPG in which you take control of a powerful leader supported by a group of combatants. To avoid defeat, you must ensure your leader's survival at any cost. Okay. Happy to do it. Okay, by using a movement action, you may freely move up to this movement limit. Each weapon action may be used once per turn. But once you do it, you can't move. Traits are passives. During a skirmish, a unit may be temporarily affected by positive or negative statuses. And once you finish using the unit, end turn. Okay, quick little blurb about our leader. Almanac, a warrior scholar steeped in the dynasty's oldest conquests. Almanac governs war with cold, calculated supremacy. Every conflict is but another equation to solve, and he is rarely without the answer. Almanac's balanced court allows him a high level of adaptability to how he approaches each skirmish. His primary skill allows him to push up Dominion faster than any other lord, while his Resurrection Orb can be used to return reanimating Necrons to play with greater efficiency. Okay. So, our units have weakened, but they have weakened for just one turn. Take cover. Some units can use cover to prevent themselves being targeted by the enemy. Be wary, however. Cover can potentially be destroyed by allied or enemy attacks. I'm going to start with this warrior. We can't attack here, we can attack here or here. I'm gonna say here. Okay, that was pathetic. We destroyed one scarab and we earned one dominion. I'm not getting a tooltip, so we'll cover dominion when we get to it. End turn. No longer weakened. Ow! Okay, oh, right there. So, the chance of increasing additional damage is affected by our dominion level. Okay, let's see. And Moida. And dominion is increased per damage you deal. So, the sooner we get all the way up. Okay. And there we go. We have reached an increased level of dominion. So let me see. La 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 da da. Okay, the enemy is coming. That is okay.
The dynasty stands.
Okay, we are now at Dominion 2. I'm gonna see about killing that scarab. Okay, that was also pathetic. Move up here. And that is a unit of scarabs destroyed. And what we're going to do here is we're going to skippity-scoop, walk our way up. Ow.
The battlefield changes, yet we must be constant.
Okay, there goes our shield. You know what? I will take it. I will take that as attack of opportunity in order to smack the ever-loving shit out of that Necron warrior and tie him up. Okay, he is down, which is good news. So where we are now is we are facing a choice. First time a Necron unit is destroyed, its reanimation protocols activate. A round countdown timer will appear, and when it reaches 0, the unit returns to play. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to step away so I can't be blapped. And I'm going to blap them in turn. closer because proximity makes us more powerful. We're gonna get blatted, but that's okay. And we're going to banish them. There will be no return for you. Okay.
In obedience.
What we're gonna do over here. Okay, we can't get close enough to boost. Oh, okay. Right. At level 3 we get an additional 4. So we brought ourselves up to Dominion level 4. Oi, stop that. It's rude. We're gonna eat a reaction opportunity attack. In return, we get to delete that unit. Now then, our immortal's gonna move over here. And let's see how hard we can hit this war. Okay, 4 damage. I like it. And boom.
If needed, we will purge the entire tomb of these flawed constructs. Our duty to the Pharaon is paramount.
And that's a victory. Time is a weapon like any other. If nothing else, I can simply wait for my foes to rot. Orican the Diviner, Royal Court Astromancer. So what we're seeing here is basically... Okay, choice. Restore 50 HP to our leader, no point. He's at full HP. Generate 10 Dominion. Useful, that will make us stronger. Or sacrifice a unit to decrease vigilance. We're fine on vigilance. So I'm gonna get Dominion. So we'll be starting off
Sepulchre
with this.
Regnant was a huge and complex structure, as befitted the majesty of Sankotep's dynasty. Protected by its defenders and numerous security measures, negotiating the structure to reach the throne room was an onerous task.
The sepulchre was built to defy invasion from lesser minds. Our knowledge of the measures taken will allow us to forge onto the throne room without delay.
Nefershah, being knowledgeable of the sepulchre's defenses, instructed the royal guard on the best means of reaching the throne room. We have 3 choices. Path of the Void, which will give us an additional level of vigilance. Choose the route that passes through chambers emblazoned with decorative star maps, illustrating the scale of the Necron's claims over the stars. The Path of Supplication. Choose the route taken by supplicants to Sankotep's throne, surrounded by inscriptions exalting the Pharaon's deeds to suitably humble those who would seek an audience. Also gives us a vigilance. Or the Path of Veneration. Choose the route flanked by statues of past pharaohs, varguards, and other dynastic courtiers, forming a chronicle of Quiveroth's rulers. I'm not going to do that because I think that will upset him if he follows us. So we're going to go... I'm going to take the Path of the Void.
The many defensive protocols were encoded into the intricate charts of interstellar routes. This granted the Royal Guard insight into the positioning of the Sepulchre's defenders as they approached the throne room.
Okay. So that's +1 vigilance. and plus 15 Dominion. I believe that's Dominion. That's something. Okay. Oh, look, a fight. Okay. Let's fight more Necrons. Given free reign, the destroyers would leave behind nothing, not life, nor art, nor glory. Only dust would remain. Sarachan, last of the Silent Kings. But okay, so we are reclaiming our pharaohs, our leader's room from which he can govern. Okie dokie. Okay, from the loading time, I think this is going to be a slightly bigger battle. That should be fun. But so far, I think the Necrons are... It's an interesting campaign mechanic, the Dominion. I like the scaling increase in its positive effects the longer you play, and the more you hurt the enemy.
From the darkness of the Sepulchre Regnant came the scuttling of metallic claws. The madness of time had infected the constructs, degrading their base protocols and denying their loyal service.
Hold fast. These wayward constructs are the last of the defenders. Let them break themselves against us, and the Sepulchre shall be reclaimed.
Okay, we have to hold out for 4 turns. I'm sure nothing scary or anxiety causing will happen over those 4 turns. Let's put an immortal here, here, place one here, place one there, and I don't have any undead warriors. A warrior there. Okay. Who's going first? I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just Glomp on and smack it. Damn it. Guessed wrong. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Smacko. Okay. That's rude. Don't do that. You owe me your fealty. Well, technically, you owe my master your fealty, but...
The dynasty stands.
Okay, we are eating good. Up, reinforcements.
In readiness.
You're gonna go here. And you're gonna do a pretty terrible job against that one. Okay. Basically, the name of the game is hurting the enemy enough to limit their ability to focus.
All paths lead to inevitable victory. In readiness. Ready.
Okay. Alright. Okay. We could use the blade ones to cover for our immortals. Can we? Ooh. Yes! Okay.
In obedience.
Okay.
ready.
Alright, alright. Ha! I win. Okay.
The throne room of the Sepulchre Regnant was in the Vanguard's hands, ready to once more play host to the nobility of the Psychotep dynasty. With the throne's recapture, the Pharaoh's commands would be carried across the world, rightful mandate accelerating the awakening of Kivroth's legions.
My Pharaon, it is done.
Call forth my patroni, my lords, my generals, the weapons in my hand. They shall pay obeisance to my throne as is my due. Kivroth shall march to my will, remembering its glory such as it was before we slumbered.
Alright, that is a mission success. Took us 20 minutes and 48 seconds. We killed 15 units, took 33 damage, did 88 damage, gained 145 dominion, and spent none of it. We earned ourselves a wonderful total of 30 living metal, 1 dynastic awakening, and 2 eminence. Bring me my warship of living metal, my blade of frozen light, my shard of a star's fiery heart. Bring me my victory. Thuzar the Invincible. Spoken like someone who probably is about to lose, but you know, what do I know? I'm just a human. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Come on. Okay. Manage the dynasty. You can manage and upgrade your leaders and units by the Lord's Chamber and Dynastic Awakening panel. Make sure to visit before missions. So, okay. Dynastic Awakening. As you progress through the campaign, you will earn Dynastic Awakening points, which can be spent to unlock relics, command protocols, and more. Unlocking the required number of nodes per dynastic awakening tier will advance you to the next tier, as well as providing access to additional upgrades in the Lord's Chambers. So, okay, we've already got 3 unlocked, which is Heki, a ranged support leader, Abasis, a resilient melee leader who favors Lichguard, and Amuka, a high damage melee leader. Okay, what can we get? So I have 1 dynastic awakening point. So I have 2 options. I can either get hyperspatial transfer node, which will give us 2 additional movement, or devour nanoscarabs. I'm gonna go with devour nanoscarabs because that seems curious. So let's go to Lord's Chambers now. Here you can upgrade your lords using eminence, equip them with relics and command protocols, and enhance their personal courts of use using living metal. Any eminence spent on upgrades can be freely reassigned between missions. Okay. At the start of the campaign, each lord can be equipped with 1 relic and 1 command protocol. These are unique items that cannot be simultaneously equipped. Matching 1 or 2 symbols on both the equipped relic and command protocol unlocks a dynastic resonance, a powerful symbol-specific upgrade. So let's see, relic. We've got Treasure of the Technomandrites, which, when used in melee, has heavy and bypasses armor, which ignores armor, like it says, and heavy does max damage if you haven't moved, which means a melee attack that does 3 damage. We have unlocked Devour Nanoscarabs, and we have the Nanoscarab Amulet. At the end of this unit's turn, it recovers 1 HP. Okay, and Shadowloom Periapt unlocks Stealth. Suffer -1 damage from ranged attacks and gain Obscured, which means you cannot be selected as a target. I'm gonna go with Devour Nanoscarabs. And then for our command protocol, we've got the Unblinking Gaze, which gives precision, means we always will do max damage. But that doesn't match the symbol. The problem is we don't have a command protocol that matches the symbol, because the matching symbol would be the Resonant Focus, which inflicts Provoked. But I'm gonna put the Tireless Guardian. It's not ideal, but it works. It'll do what we need it to do. Now then, okay. Right here we can see our different... Okay. Yes, Eminence is used to upgrade lords and unlock new units in their court. Initially, we recommend focusing on unlocking units. Each lord has its own court. You will earn a fixed amount of living metal. Yes, awakening tiers. So let's see. We're gonna do that and that. Okay. But yes, okay. So we have... He's recovering, so we can't use him in our next mission. I want to try out for our next mission, I want to say let's bring out... Who do we bring out? Who do we bring? Do we bring... You know what? We're gonna bring Fekon on our next. So we need to upgrade our units. So let's start with the Immortals. Hit points, movement. What the hell does this... Oh! Yes, we want resilience. Oh! Okay, yes. I get it, I get it, I get it. Okay, yes. So we can only... Okay. Okay. So what we're doing essentially is we are choosing our basic upgrades for our units. And it'll get bigger and bigger and more powerful the further we go. Okay. Okay. Let me see, what time is it? Okay, so we are going to wrap up here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I look forward to progressing on this campaign with you all. But until next time, everybody, I'm Z here at Vucari-gaming. And remember, be awesome.